And here we go again. Now then, okay, so let's have a look at this problem here. This is just simplified. Now, I'm going to kind of bring up another page here to look at and do some work on. But really, all you're really doing, when you square root something, what you're really doing is halving this exponent. And here's the kind of explanation. Look at this. So here we go. What's the square root of x6? Which again is the kind of, well, this is an a6 of course. Well, the square root of x6, if I do halve that 6, I get 3. And the reason is look, what's x3 times x3? That should be a big X, sorry, I don't know why that's there. Okay, x3 times x3, when you add the exponents, because you multiply, you get x6. So anything, I mean, so here's a problem. It might be on the test or it's on the quiz. All right, look at that. Well, the square root of x36 must be x18. Okay, because if you square, in fact, think about this. Here we go. Exponent rules. If you square that, remember, you multiply here. That's x36. Okay. Or you can say, what's x18 times x18? Okay, when I square the x18, I get back to x36. But honestly, that's the simplest thing you can think about. When you square root an x squared, okay, actually, if we do that one, remember, if I do this one, square root of x squared, simplest one, a lot of that. Okay, that should take me back to x, I think from the previous video. Well, x1, well, yeah, because I've halved the 2, haven't I? Okay, so anything, I mean, x, the square root of x10. And what's that? Every shout, x5. Okay, I've just halved it, and that's basically it, and that's kind of what it's saying on this shot here. Okay, there we go, that little bit there. Now, what happens if you? And I might be jumping ahead on some of these things. But what happens if you don't have something you can halve, like 7? I can't halve a 7, can I? What do I do? Right, we'll have a look at this. Okay, remember this? Well, remember I can't square root 8. So I break it down into things that I can square root, such as 4 and 2. So let's have a look at this. x7, alright? Okay, so what can I halve? What I can halve is that x6 that was in the previous little one. What am I left with? An x1. Alright, now think about that. Yeah, okay, 6 and 1 make the 7. Remember, when you multiply, you add exponents. So just like I've broken an 8 into a 4 and a 2, and I can square root the 4. There it is. I've broken the x7 down into x6 and x1. Don't break it down into things like x4 and x3. That's not good enough, okay? Because you can still break down the x3. That can break down further. Okay, so go for the biggest thing that you can halve, if I can say that. Okay, so x7 is x6 and x1. Right, so if we go back to the previous one, wherever it is, okay, remember, the square root of x6 is x3. Alright, so I can bring an x3 out of here, just like I brought a 2 out when I square rooted the 4. What's left is the x1, or just x, okay? So, supposing I do something like, okay, what's the square root of x15, okay? Square root of x15. Right, I can't halve 15. What I can halve, a little bit less than that, is x14. And I'm still going to be left with that extra x, or x1, because 14 and 1 make 15, remember? So I can halve the 14. What's that? That's going to be x7. What's left is the x1. I can write 1 if I want to this time, doesn't really matter. Okay? How's about that then? Very similar to doing it with numbers. Maybe easier.